Everyone, I am Ashwini Metras, Assistant Professor for Department of Statistics, RBNB College, Srirampur. I am going to take a series of videos lectures for BSc Part 2 students of Statistics. I am going to take paper second, Continuous Probability Distributions. For that, let's see some review. In the last year, that is in the BSc first year, we have learned about the descriptive statistics and probability distributions parts. In descriptive statistics, we make use of sample space. So let's see what is sample space, the set of all possible outcomes or results of that experiment. We have seen earlier that sample space has three types: finite sample space. For example, for tossing a single six-sided dice, the typical sample space is, we know that it is from 1, 2, 3 up to 6. Then second, countable infinite sample space. This range covers 1 to up to dot dot n, which is countable. For example, number of times a coin is tossed until the head obtained. So the sample space contains the points 1 to up to dot dot n. Then the third is countably infinite sample space, for which the range is ranges from 0 to 1 or 0 to infinity. These kind of intervals is a countably infinite sample space, which is countable but infinite. For example, all numbers between 0 to 1 on a real line. This may be example for countable infinite sample space. A sample space which is finite or countable infinite is called countable sample space. A sample space which is not countable is called continuous sample space. And here the topic starts, that is continuous univariate distributions, which is unit first. In that unit we are going to study the syllabus of on the points, that is continuous sample space. This is a definition, illustration, then probability density function, cumulative density function, then properties and probabilities of events related to random variables. In the second point, expectation of continuous random variable, mean, variance, geometric mean, harmonic mean, raw and central moments, skewness, kurtosis, mean deviation about mean, etc. Further, MGF, then mode, then quartiles, percentiles, probability distribution function of random variable using three types, that is Jacobian of transformation for monotonic function and one-to-one or on-to functions, distribution function, etc. and MGF of y equal to x square or y equal to mod of x. Let's start with a random variable. What is random variable? It is a real valued function x of w on domain omega is called a random variable. So what is continuous random variable? Its definition says that if the range of random variable x of w is continuous, then it is called a continuous random variable. So what is the continuous range? That is, it is countably infinite range which covers an interval. So continuous random variable, the range set will be a subset of real line. Some of the examples are weight of a person in kg, then consumption of electricity of a town in a specific month, or daily rainfall in centimeter, life of electric component in hours, etc. Many of the examples can be considered whose range is continuous, that is in the form of interval, is called a continuous random variable. Let's see the difference between discrete and continuous random variable. So in discrete random variable, they take only a specific or isolated values, and the PMF is attached to each value of random variable. For example, x equal to 0, 1, 2, or it may be countably finite, that is 0, 1 to up to n. These discrete random variables we have seen in last year course. These some of the examples are binomial, Bernoulli, or Poisson distribution. Now let's see what is continuous random variable differs from it. A continuous random variable takes all possible values in a range set from an interval. So, since continuous random variable takes uncountably infinite values, there is no PF attached to a particular value of x. That is, probability of x equal to particular value of x, this probability is 0. Probability is attached to an interval which is subset of R. That is, for each point there is no probability, but for an interval there is a probability. So in continuous random variable we are going to study PDF, that is probability density function, instead of PMF, that is probability of mass function. Then some examples of continuous random variable, they are x lies between 0 to 1 or x lies between 0 to infinity. So these examples, and based on these there are various distributions on it. So let's see first continuous probability distribution. So it is probability is attached to interval depends on its location. For example, if the range is from a to b of x, this probability varies for different values of a and b. Then let's see the concept of probability density. A function f of x which is to be treated as a probability density function should be a non-negative and continuous function of x. The probability that a variable x takes value in a small interval, this is the small interval, that is x minus delta x upon 2 and x plus delta x upon 2. Here delta x is a very small quantity, will be the product of length of interval and the value of density function f of x at a center of interval. So this is the definition of probability density. Mathematically it is given as probability of x lies between a to b equal to integration of f of x dx. So as we seen earlier in the discrete probability distributions, the summation sign was there, that is summation of probability of x. Instead of that, here we use the integration, that is summation is replaced by integration. Only the difference we have to remember is that summation is replaced by integration, and probability of x, that is p of x, is replaced by f of x, that is it is a PDF. Since there is an integration, the term the final term dx is included. Geometrically it is the area under the curve f of x bounded by x axis and the ordinates a and b. So this is the particular definition in statistics of a continuous random variable, that f of x is called PDF of a continuous random variable if these two conditions are satisfied, that is it should be greater than 0, that is non-negative, and it should be non-negative, and the total area under the curve should be area under the curve should be 1. As in the case of discrete probability distributions, there were also these two conditions, that probability should be non-negative and the total area should be, that is total summation should be equals to 1. Then this is the probability density curve. So here we can see that the bounded area from A to B is called the PDF, and the graph is for x and its PDF on y-axis. These are the two conditions, that f of x should be integration, all over integration should be equals to 1, and f of x need not to be less than 1. Now see the next point, that is CDF, cumulative density function. As in case of discrete random variable, here in continuous random variable the definition is same, that is f of x is equal to probability of x less than equal to small x. The definition is same, but it is the area under the curve bounded by minus infinity to x. It is the area. In the discrete probability distribution, we will take it as a summation, but here we take it as a area under the curve. Then there are some note, that is f of x, pdf and cdf are interrelated by this relation, that is pdf is equals to the derivative of cdf. Then second note is probability of x lies between a and b. Then this less than equals to sign does not matters at all, and it is equals to f of b minus f of a, that is area for b minus area under the curve up to a. There are some properties of distribution functions, that it should be non-negative, it should be greater than 0, it should be non-decreasing, and f of minus infinity, that at the point of minus infinity it is 0. And the next property is continuity. F of x is continuous for continuous random variable x. This is one example where we have calculated the CDF, and the graph of that will look like this. Let's see the expectation of continuous random variable. Its definition, it is also same as for discrete random variable, where we are replacing the summation sign by integration sign only. There are some theorems of expectation, that is if c is constant then expected c equal to c, and these all are theorems we have seen in discrete random variable also. These all terms can be proved using continuous random variable, that is replacing summation by integration and solving it for that. Next, the moments of continuous random variable. Yes, it is also the definition is same, only the difference is summation is replaced by integration. As we seen that raw moments and central moments we can calculate with the PDF by using the PDF. Then moment generating function, that is mxt, and it is equals to the integration of e raised to tx f of x dx. Then cumulative generating function, which is CGF, which is related to MGF. That is, this definition says that kxt equals to log of mxt. So log of MGF gives us a cumulant generating function. This is the relation between cumulants and moments. This we have seen in last year course. Then we can see the mode. Mode is calculated for continuous random variable in some different method. So this method says that mode is the value of x for which f of x maximum. This we know that. Then in case of continuous random variable, if PDF f of x is differentiable function, then mode is that value of x which satisfies the following conditions. So this is the different method for calculating mode than a discrete random variable. This is the method where the function should be continuous and the function should be differentiable. We take the first derivative, equate it to 0. Then we are going to find the second derivative. If that second derivative is going to be less than 0, that is negative, then the point at which we get our maxima is called the mode of the continuous random variable. This is the note. Sometimes mode can be obtained without using calculates method. So in these kinds of example we are going to study in some next lectures. This is the definition of quartile. So yes, it is same as that of discrete random variable. The quartiles are divided in three parts, that is q1, q2, q3. q1 is the first quartile which covers the area 1/4. Second quartile covers the area 1/2, that is 50% of the data, and it is same as that of medium. Then third quartile, it covers the area 3/4 area of the whole. Then lastly, the transformation of random variable. We can, if we want to find these kind of functions, that is expectation or variance, etc., for some function of random variable, then what we are going to do is the transformation of random variable. There are various methods of transformation, that is using distribution function, using MGF, using transformation method. Here the Jacobian method can used. So it will be studied in my next video lectures. Thank you all. Thank you.